push you. Okay, okay. That is the second time in a row that the mute button has just not unmuted anything. And I know I'm pressing it because the icon changes. I was talking for like a minute. A minute. All right. Oh, well. I'm just going to have to be extra careful. I've been using an app that'll just kill my microphone every time I press it, but maybe I need to move on to like a different app or program or something. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. They didn't just switch again. Muting it, unmuting it, did nothing. So that's not very cool, but I'm here. Yeah, so we're here with another reading stream. I forgot I had something going on today, but I'm still trying to stream at least every other day, so even if I don't have time to sit there and like play a full-fledged game, at the very least I can read a spooky story or something. Why does your computer hate you? It's not just my computer, it's technology. I don't... It's like I bring an Amish energy wherever I go, and so it will actively kill anything electronic around me. It's weird. I actually destroyed my internet the other day by doing something. I mean, it wasn't my fault. As far as I'm concerned, it was Netgear's fault. But still, it was like 2 hours of technical support at like midnight the other night, so that was fun. All right, we're reading the same book that we read from on the last Scary Story stream when I was weirdly sick. Let's see. And I believe it is called, what is it called? Small Horrors by Darcy Coates. Let's see, be careful with the fax killing machine. I know, right? That could be, that horror game really hits home. Okay, so let's get things changed. Oh. That's... Okay, let me go ahead and get the... For whatever reason, I'm not sure, but for whatever reason the chat box is not showing up. So let's see if I can get that going. Yeah, it seems like I have to refresh the source every time I want to have a chat live on a stream. So let's see if that did it. Alright, type something in chat just to make sure, because usually it takes a little bit, in my opinion, for it to start. The stream is trying to cancel chat. Yeah, what did you guys do? What did you guys do? Let's see, it's still not coming up. 1 second. Yeah, I know, right? I sure picked a great hobby where everything can go wrong, especially when I'm trying to go live. Okay, let's try this. Because it's working on the break screen, or it was, but not here, not any longer. Because usually I like to have the chat visible before we do stuff. That way you guys don't necessarily have to not full screen it. Okay, we'll just let it sit like that for a little bit. Not your first time here, but you've disappeared for a while. Well, I hope things have been going okay. I know a lot of people's schedules got really weird once quarantine started. Okay, let's see. Look, it's fine on break, but suddenly it's not fine here. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna copy and paste a reference to the old chat box. There's nothing else I can do at this point. Good old Streamlabs. Let's see. Or am I pasting a reference of a reference? This is gonna bother me. Okay, hang on. Reminds me, you know you're busy today, but when you have 30 minutes or so, I need to chat with you about the Streamlabs chatbot. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'll have some time to talk to you and I'll run right after the stream. So, remind me right as the stream is ending. Is that the glasses you put on the third eye? No, that was just so I could talk to you guys before putting them on. But, you know. Okay, tell you what, that's it. I'm just gonna remove it. Delete. And... Okay. Copy and paste reference. This is great. I love doing this live. This is not scary at all when I do it live. And that should do it, theoretically. Well, at least I know it's doing this so I can get this fixed before the next, like, major game stream. Alright, I don't think there's anything that I can do to make it appear. So we're probably just gonna have to... Oh, here it is. Okay, good. Somehow it got its act together. Cool. This is really entertaining content. It is not. It is not. Okay, well, we've got that all fixed. Just about to start reading. Okay, so last time we read Those Who Live in the Woods, and we read Flotsam, I think. All right, so let's see. Today's horror stories are going to be a choice between Ghost Town, Hazard Lights, and Red Oak House. So that's Ghost Town, Hazard Lights, and Red Oak House. It's possible one of them may be short, so we may possibly read 2 depending on the length. So go ahead and put in chat which horror story you want to hear before we get started. But what about Jetsam? Jetsam died first, I think. So don't worry about that. Okay, let's get these glasses on, and let's see, there we go. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. I think that'll do it. Red Oak sounds nice. Ghost Town, Red Oak. Okay, looks like it's Red Oak in the lead. Tied with Ghost Town, actually. Oh, you know what? I need to get credits for the... Oh, whoop. I am zooming myself in and out when I scroll. That's not good. Okay, song credits. There we go. That way you guys will know what music is playing. And it's not coming up either. That's good. I love to see that. Yeah, see, it's working here, but not so much here. Oh, Streamlabs. I will say, I like Streamlabs for what it can do, but OBS just always seemed to do it better without these weird issues, you know? Okay, song credits. Okay, we're gonna unlock you, copy, and paste. Duplicate, I guess. Okay, sure. All right, now that I've completely redone my entire scene, there we go. May have added the wrong... Oh, no, it wasn't... You know what? You're right. It was on the wrong layer. It was me. I was the dumb. Because the reason is, the background I have, that's part of VTube Studio. And so, you're right. Anything that wasn't immediately above me... Okay, fine. Mac was right. So, but he didn't speak up soon enough, so I think we can all say that that was Mac's fault the last 5 minutes. You like Streamlabs, but Streamlabs doesn't like you. Yeah. Did you find a way to switch music without making a mess? I kinda did. I've mostly just got it on a playlist on VLC. So, that's where we are right now. Okay. Thanks so much. I know. All right. So I think Ghost Town had barely beaten out Red Oak House. So tell you what, we'll try to do both. And if not, then we'll do Red Oak House next time. Okay. Here we go. Oh, and for everyone that doesn't want to have to sit through my shenanigans before and during the breaks and after the stream, Dragnov has a channel called Deep Blue Sea Salt where he just cuts the reading out and puts it there as a highlight. So if you don't like trying to find the readings like in the middle of streams and stuff, go look at Deep Blue Sea Salt. So he cuts the readings out. So he's also got some highlights too going on. So have a look. Let's see. No glasses for your third eye. I really need to do that. I've been so busy lately, but that's definitely top priority. Is some ghost, some little glasses for the little evil eye there. Okay, Ghost Town. Oh, Ghost Town is short. Okay. Here we go. Let's see, and I won't be able to read chat very much, and I'm going to try to get through the reading. So if you have any donations, try to hold them, because there's a big chance that I may hold off on reading them until the end, just so I don't break the flow of narration, you know. Tech support is the best part. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, you're right. Reading Ghost Town. Fun. Ghost Town. Here she is. Gary slowed the van to a crawl as it entered the cluster of buildings that comprised Prayer Town. He leaned forward, straining his bulk against the seatbelt to get a better look at the stone and wood houses. So this is what a ghost town looks like. Beth was huddled deep in her seat, as though pulling back could physically move her away from the deserted buildings. She glared at the dashboard resolutely. Great, you've seen it. Let's move on. Not just yet. Gary said in the most placating tone he could manage. Beth shot him a glare. "We've taken a 2-hour detour to get here. We may as well enjoy it." 2 hours? Beth gasped. "I only agreed because you said it was virtually on our path." Gary pulled up in the middle of the town and parked the car. "Yes, well, either way, it would be a damn shame not to have a poke around." And... alright. "I swear," Beth's voice was dangerously low, "if this makes us late for Sarah's christening..." "Course it won't, love." Gary risked giving his wife's cheek a peck, and then opened the door and got out. The streets, filled with dust and long-dead weeds, stretched away to either side. He rubbed his hands together and moved towards one of the closer buildings, which he guessed must have been either a large house or a small hotel. The door opened without protest. Inside was cool and dark, and the air smelt faintly mildewy. Gary paused in the foyer to appreciate the wooden ceiling and stained plaster on the walls. Like many pioneering towns, Prayer had been built in a rush, and it showed. The rough-hewn wood was mostly unpainted, and the carpet was shabby. Gary moved deeper into the building, glancing through the doorways and trying to guess the room's purposes. Much of the furniture had been taken, but larger fixtures such as the desks and shelves had been left behind. It wasn't until he pushed into a particularly large room and saw a saloon's bar against one wall that he realized it must have been the town's hotel. Gary approached the bar and wiped a finger through the thick reddish dust blanketing it. Then he turned quickly as a chuckle from somewhere deeper in the building disturbed him. It had sounded like a child, but the noise had been so faint that Gary wasn't entirely sure he'd even heard it. Probably another holidaying family stopping off. Gary returned to the foyer. A staircase rose to his right, the fabric on the steps well-worn and faded. Gary cast a final glance towards the front doors where he knew his irritable wife would be waiting with the car, then hurried up the stairs. She won't mind another minute or two. Halfway to the second floor, Gary froze. He'd heard it again. Children's voices, too faint to make out their words. Only this time, they'd come from the upstairs rooms. The stairs opened onto a long, narrow hallway. To the left, a window overlooked the main street. He could see Beth, forced out of the car by the heat, leaning on their van's hood. She still had her arms crossed, and he could picture her chewing at her lip like she did every time things didn't go her way. He turned back to the hallway and tried the first door. It opened into a classic hotel room, and, to his surprise, much of the furniture was still intact. The bed, the mattress, and even the bedside table were still in place. If someone wanted to come in here and haul away the furniture, they could make a small fortune pawning it at a second-hand store. Laughter echoed through the hallway, and Gary swiveled as the shock sent his heart rate up. The sounds were closer than they had been before. One of the children seemed to be singing. Gary tried to make out the tune, but he didn't recognize it. Suddenly uncomfortable in the deserted hotel, Gary moved back into the hallway. He glanced in each direction and saw a flash of motion at the end of the hallway. There was a small gap between the door and its frame, and someone had darted past it. "Hello?" The giggles intensified, and Gary felt a flush of frustration. Their parents shouldn't be letting them run around unsupervised like this. Where are their parents anyway? I didn't see any other cars in the street. Against his better judgment, George edged towards the final room. The children whispered to each other, then paused to giggle. Something was not quite right about their laughter, though. Earlier, it had been merry and bright, but the newer giggles had a malicious edge to them, like the way children laugh when they pull an insect's wings off. Gary stretched out a hand and nudged open the door. The hinges groaned as the wooden board moved inwards. The room was completely empty, except for the marks of small bare feet in the dust on the floor. Gary licked at his dry lips as he edged into the room. "Hello?" The voices had fallen silent. Gary looked about, but there was nowhere to hide in the vacant space, unless they got out through the window. He approached the frame. The room was on the second floor, and he couldn't see any way for a child, let alone multiple children, to get out without making a lot of noise. The window overlooked the main stretch of road, and Gary saw his car waiting below. The dark green paint stood out starkly against the red soil. Beth was no longer leaning against the hood. Gary bent forward to rest his head against the cold glass and squinted. His wife wasn't inside the car either. Gary's insides turned cold. He knew his wife too well to think she had wandered after him or gone to explore on her own. The door behind him slammed, and Gary jumped. Raucous, malicious giggles came from the other side of the door, accompanied by the patter of running feet. "Hey!" Gary yelled, lurching towards the door. "Hey, what the hell?" He grasped the handle and tugged on it, but it wouldn't budge. He pulled and pushed. Then he shoved his shoulder into the door, to no avail. He tried not to scream as a child's hand, icy cold, fastened around his neck. And that's it. That concludes Ghost Town. All right. Well, I guess you guys wanted Red Oak House. Let me get a drink of water real quick, because that story made me thirsty. All right. What, already over? I know, right? I really wanted to see where that was going. Where was Beth, you know? Where did she go? Probably nowhere good. If it were small bare feet, it would have been even more sinister. Is that right? Why did that make you thirsty? Well, one, I'm already super thirsty, but two, just all the dry lips and lip chewing. I'm like, man, I can't. Truth be told, I really can't. Oh, well, I'm back. Truth be told, I really can't wear my usual lip conditioner that I usually do to keep my lips from sticking together when I talk for 2 hours straight, because the face tracking software, I guess maybe it makes my lips shiny, and it thinks my mouth is slightly open, like it thinks the shine is a bit of teeth or something. So unless I just want to have permanent open mouth, I have to like rub it partly off. So yeah, yeah, I'm a little bit thirstier, a little bit more lip chapped than before I started the whole VTubing thing. Okay, Red Oak House. Okay, this is another pretty short one. We may even have time for one more. Maybe. I was also thinking of maybe reading off, since it's the beginning of a month, I was considering maybe reading off a horoscope or two, just as a joke, for silly stuff. Please don't listen to anything I say if I ever do that. But if anybody's got a month or a sign and they kind of want to hear this month's forecast, hopefully it won't be doom. Something to think. You just wanted a nice sip of that Perrier water. Oh, I dare not while I record. Carbonation is not the best idea. Okay, here we go. Actually, hang on. I gotta check something. Okay, cool. You don't believe in that made-up nonsense? Yeah, but it's like Harvest Moon, where it's mostly just like fortune cookies. I wouldn't recommend that anyone take it seriously. I mean, if you believe in it, yeah, sure, maybe you know something I don't, but always be careful. Don't base your entire life off of, fortunes. Unless you want to, that's cool. No judging. All right. Here we go. So keep in mind, and after this last one, if we've got some time, I'll go through a couple. Red Oak House. March. Oh, his name is March. All right, I hate him already. March parked his car in the weedy driveway and dimmed its lights. The house, 3 stories tall and built from time-stained wood, stood like a sentry on the slope. He admired it for a moment before picking his notebook, pen, and camera off the seat beside him and slipping out of the car. "This'll be the last one," he told himself for the 50th time that day. "The last one, then the book's off to the editor, and provided I picked the right house, it'll be..." Oh, that was weird. I just got a fluctuation. Oh, wait. How long have we been out? Now? How long have we been out? Okay, we should be back. We back. Guys, what was the last thing I said before the void overtook the stream? Yeah, refresh the stream if you're looking at chat. Oh my god, a long time? Oh, about 10 seconds. Okay, what was the last thing you guys remember me saying? Let me take another sip of... I'm not muted. Am I muted? No, I'm not. I can see my sound levels. 30 seconds. Just read from the beginning of the book. No, did I get all the cool stuff where I was talking about ghost hunting? And it got that, right? No audio. Okay. You're not muted? Okay, some people are saying no audio. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay, YouTube can hear, Twitch can't. Let me type that in.